Hey guys, Ryder here, and today let's take a look at all the news that just dropped today about Disneyland's reopening, including dates for when we can make reservations for the park, for dining, for Savi's. In addition, we also have a list of all the attractions that are confirmed to be reopened with the park, including some surprising ones and some not so surprising ones that are going to be closed. But all of that up next here. So to start off with, we do have official dates to keep in mind for various reservations and when stuff goes live on the Disneyland website, which will be the key to this whole process. So make sure you have a good internet connection and are on the Disneyland website on these dates to book whatever reservation or check what information you need to check out. So let's begin with April 9th, which is when people who had tickets during the closure or pre-purchase before the closure may use them to look on the Disneyland website to see what date they can use it for in advance of them being able to make park reservations on April 12th. This does not include any legacy annual pass holders, considering there's no APs that are going to be honored during this. For right now, they'll probably introduce the new membership sometime over the next few months, probably after June 15th when restrictions get lifted in the state. And on April 12th is when people with pre-existing tickets can book their park reservations on the Disneyland website starting after 8 a.m. Although they haven't said an exact time, they just made sure people didn't just try to wait up till midnight like Touch of Disney. So expect it to be sometime around that, and hopefully it's a lot smoother than Universal's process been so far, considering I still haven't gotten a reservation yet. And for those who do not have a valid park ticket admission yet, you will have to wait until April 15th in order to buy your ticket and make your park reservation, which will probably be done at the same time when you buy it, so you don't have to worry about paying for a ticket where you can't use it on that day, hopefully. But this does again exclude APs because those are not a thing right now, so don't try to use it. And also, this is restricted to everyone in California only. Do not try to do this if you're out of state. You're just wasting your money and time, and it's not going to help anybody in the long run. Just be patient. In a few months you probably will be able to visit us, probably after June 15th if what is being said about the state regulation is true. And also on April 15th is when the Grand California reservations will go live, but please keep in mind that you do not get guaranteed access to the parks. You will have to look in advance for reservations and book those whenever you have your ticket ready. And the other two hotels will be coming at a later date, most likely after June 15th. When travel is allowed again. And moving on to the last important date for right now, we have April 22nd, which will be the day you can make dining reservations for all the sit-down restaurants in the parks. In addition, you can also make Savi's reservations at Galaxy's Edge in case you still haven't made your awesome lightsaber yet. And you can book those 60 days in advance of whenever your trip is from the day that you are at currently in the future. Time travel is weird. In addition, we also have the park hours for both theme parks, which means California Adventures and Disneyland will open and close at the same time at 9 a.m. and will close at 7 p.m. with park hopping being allowed after 1 p.m. depending on capacity, so keep an eye out for the website at the Disneyland app and ask cast members before you leave the park if you can park hop, which is going to be really nice to have, especially for those who paid for park hoppers. You can still use that option. It took a lot of notes from Disney World, so it seems like it'll work out after a little bit. And for those who need a little bit more simplified about what you do for the park reservations, you have 4 easy steps. 1, get your park ticket or admission. 2, go ahead and make your group, anyone who you're going to go with, make sure they have ticket as well. Go into the Disneyland website for step 3. When you book your date, make sure you book it at the same time or make sure you're in the same group. On the Disneyland website, do not go to any other website to make park reservations. And for step 4, make sure to go all the way through the process and confirm it and get a confirmation email and page that shows up before you exit out. Otherwise, you will not have a secured park pass reservation. Now, just so you know, park passes cost you no extra money. You just have to make sure you have your valid paid theme park ticket to get in. So don't be worried about spending any extra money for these reservations. They are free and come with your ticket essentially. And sadly, MaxPass and FastPass will not be offered when the parks reopen, although I'm sure there'll be some PhotoPass package that's offered during this time, or even included. But that means all the rides will be at standby only. So yes, there might be long wait times for certain stuff. Don't be surprised if it's shorter than it actually is, considering they have to socially distance the queue. But the one ride that is going to be reopening and will require virtual queue is Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. Big shock. So be prepared at 7 a.m. potentially to make boarding passes like Disney World, although you probably don't have to be near Disneyland to make those per se. And then hopefully they add in the second wave at like 1 p.m. or so to get in. We shall see. And speaking of attractions, we do have the full list of attractions, and rather than go into the details about all the attractions specifically that are going to be open, let's go over the ones that aren't going to be open. Starting with Disneyland side, we have quite the surprising amount actually. We have Jungle Cruise, which is confirmed to be closed right now because of that refurb that's removing the racist elements and controversial stuff right now. So hopefully that'll reopen soon, especially considering they're already working on it right now heavily. So I feel like it shouldn't be too long for that. In addition, we also have refurbishments going on at Matterhorn Bobsleds, which sadly won't be open right now. And Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters, which surprised me considering I never heard anything about that. We also have Storybook Land Canal Boats, which isn't open right now, probably because of social distancing not being a thing on that ride. Unless it's just your party, basically you have a private boat around the canal area. And also Tom Sawyer's Island is going to be off limits for right now. Maybe some special character viewing opportunities will happen along the river, but we shall see. In addition, the sailing ship Columbia seems to be left off the list or just forgotten right now. It could potentially reopen, but the Mark Twain is open, so don't be scared about that. And finally, for Disneyland Park itself, we do have the Disneyland Monorail, which is going to be closed right now, probably because the Disneyland Hotel and Paris Pier hotels are closed, so I would expect the monorail to open around those times of those hotels. Then moving on to DCA, we only have like a small handful here, where we have Grizzly River 1, which is under refurbishment right now. Golden Zephyr, which might be going under refurbishment during this time, or just closed because it's Golden Zephyr, it's not special. In addition, we also have most of the animation building except for Total Chocolate Crush that's closed right now, which is weird. And we also have Railroad Creek Challenge Trail, but that's an interactive playground, so I can see why they left that off the list. So yeah, I know that's a lot to take in, but point is, be excited. Things are finally progressing and starting to reopen for us. This is just, even though it's going to be a little bit of a setback having some stuff closed and not being able to take out-of-state visitors, at least this is a step forward rather than back. And at least my cast member friends are going back to work, which is really great for them. So until next time, make sure to do all that YouTube jazz. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys all real soon.